Welcome into Sports Wrap Live. We've got a great show for you tonight, and we're going to preview coming up our winter sports season.
That's right. We got a little bit of basketball, a little bit of wrestling, and a little bit of fun things to recap the show. You're watching the final episode of the season, Sports Wrap Live on PSTV.
Hello and welcome back to Sports Wrap Live. As Mike just said, this is our last episode of the season. We're excited to bring it to you, and we thank you for joining us all year long.
That's right, Lee. Let's kick it off. We got a jam-packed show for you tonight. We're going to kick it off with a little bit of Section 7 wrestling action.
That's absolutely right, previewing the upcoming wrestling season. And in Section 7 wrestling, not much has changed since last year in terms of the pecking order. The reigning sectional champion Peru Indians returned 12 wrestlers from last year's team, including seniors Troy Seymour and Kyler Agony, who were both three-time sectional champions. Peru returned 6 sectional champion wrestlers in total, and their only weakness might be the fact that they are currently unable to fill all of the weight classes. As for the rest of the division, Beekmantown is looking to be more competitive this year after losing just one wrestler from last year, but it was a big one. State champion Hayden Head has graduated, but the Eagles still expect to fill all the weight classes and return 3 seniors and 2 juniors to the squad. The biggest question mark for this Beekmantown team will be their ability to develop some of the depth beyond those 5 upperclassmen. Northern Adirondack will look to dethrone Peru as champions of the section, coming fresh off a win at the Boston Spa Duels. The Bobcats returned Justin Kellett, who has won a Section 7 record 184 matches in his career. NAC also has Matt Lashway returning, who has won 100 matches of his own. Saranac also has hopes of disrupting the standings in Section 7 as they return 2 sectional champions from their own in Cody Gillette and Nathan Wood. The Chiefs finished 3rd behind Beekmantown in the early bird tournament last weekend and will kick off and will be battling a lack of depth on their squad. Ausable Valley will try to make some noise this year, but may still be a year or 2 away from title contention. The Youthful Patriots have only 2 seniors on a team that includes 5 sophomores, a freshman, and 1 8th grader.
With that preview of Section 7, we now move in. We have a special guest to talk about the trials and triumphs of what goes into a high school wrestling season. We welcome Ryan Stillwagon to the show tonight.
How you guys doing tonight?
We're doing well. How are you, Ryan?
Very good. Happy to be here.
We're happy to have you on, and we just want to get some insight into the lives of a wrestler and the mind of a wrestler. So tell us right off the bat, what's the hardest part of wrestling?
I'd say the hardest part of my wrestling career was definitely cutting weight and staying that weight, especially the night before a tournament when all you want to do is have a big steak or something. You're starving, and you know all your non-wrestler friends are out, getting drunk or eating something big, and you got to stay in and basically starve yourself, not even drink water, And at the same time, it's a great sport. It's very physically demanding. So I'd say that aspect is definitely my hardest, hardship on wrestling career.
Now, one part about the sport of wrestling that a lot of people may not know about in the high school ranks, there's a lot of in-house battles for a spot each match every time it comes through.
Exactly, and especially for me, I know that I had to wrestle this one kid, Joe Giametta. He was so much better than me for the weight on our team. I wrestled on Long Island, and he beat me. He beat me for the wrestle-off, and I didn't start my junior year. I didn't start my senior year. It was a little embarrassing, but at the same time, it gave me that drive to work that much harder, and it made it rewarding. It made it rewarding to be able to wrestle for such an amazing team, and New York State in general, which is such an amazing wrestling program.
Okay, well, thanks for joining us, Ryan. We appreciate your insight. And right now, we're going to take a quick break, but keep it right here on the last episode of the semester. It's Sports Wrap Live.
PSTV would like to thank Duke's Diner for their continued support of our programming. Located at 8 Tom Miller Road, Plattsburgh, New York.
Campus Channel 10, Charter 17.
This portion of PSTV is brought to you by Cumberland 12 Cinemas, 18 North Bowl Lanes in Plattsburgh. Your entertainment destination, just minutes from campus. 12 spacious, stadium-style theaters loaded with luxurious high-back rocker love seats. Now featuring Throwback Thursdays. Plus, if we see this, you could win this. Details at cumberland12.com. Cumberland 12 Cinemas, Plattsburgh's best theater.
We welcome you back to Sports Wrap Live. As we touched on wrestling last segment, we're going to hit the hardwood right now, Mike.
That's right. Some action on the hardwood took place over the weekend as the Bobcat Shootout Championship in boys basketball was held over the weekend at Northern Adirondack. Northeastern Clinton and Chattagay played for the coveted title, with Northeastern Clinton escaping with a 1-point victory with a final score of 46-45. The Cougars were led by Austin Tetro, who dropped 18, including 12 from behind the arc. Senior Thomas Bedard also chipped in 11. Chattagay's Noah Bose was held to only 13 points after scoring 33 in the first round of the tournament. The consolation game of the tournament saw St. Lawrence picking up a comfortable win over Northern Adirondack by a final score of 51-37. The Larrys were led by Josh White with 17.
And in the Alzheimer's Awareness Tournament, Ticonderoga took on Mariah in the final game. Sentinels guard Michael Graney scored a game-high 17 points and hit some critical shots down the stretch for Ticonderoga. Nielsen also helped out the Sentinels, hitting 3 3-pointers as Ticonderoga took a 10-point lead into halftime. Mariah was able to close the gap with 4 minutes close the gap to 4 with under 3 minutes to play, but some loose balls and clutch shots by Graney ended up being the difference as Ticonderoga took the game by a final of 48-36. Tyler Pratt and freshman Adam Jaquish both put up 10 points for the Vikings.
As the season gets ready to go here for Section 7 basketball, we take a look into one of the top players for Beekmantown as our friend Derek Palaki traveled to the home of the Eagles as we take a look at the story from Beekmantown.
Beekmantown Eagles are heading into the 2012-2013 season after a blowout loss in last year's playoffs ended their season. While this year the focus is on team, Keegan Ryan is in the spotlight. The 6'7" center, who comes from a basketball family, is primed for another great season as the go-to guy.
It's different from my freshman and sophomore year, where I had to split time with them, whereas last year I really got I got all the touches.
Keegan is also close to a landmark 1,000-point high school career. Going into this season, he is only about 50 points away, but Keegan is staying humble.
I wouldn't say it's something that I'm working for, but I think that if I just keep working hard like I have the last 4 years, and I just keep doing what I'm doing, that it's something that will fall into place. Obviously, I'm not just going out to try to score points. We're looking to win games.
While the emphasis is on Keegan Ryan, other fundamentals are important, like catching, passing, coaching, and teamwork.
I think when I'm on the court with them, it's almost easier for me to show them something than explain something to them.
This year more than ever, I feel like our team is really balanced. Greg Manny, for one, is probably the best shooter in the league, and we're going to rely on him a lot. And then Brendan Pelkey has gotten a lot better in the offseason.
It looks to be a slam dunk season. In Beekmantown, I'm Derek Palaki.
All right, good stuff there from Derek. We thank him for the contribution. But right now, we turn to Josh Luttrell, former Beekmantown student. How are you, Josh?
Doing good. You guys doing good?
Oh, we're doing good. We're glad to have you on.
Thank you.
And we're going to talk some Section 7 basketball tonight.
Yeah.
So we talked about Beekmantown. You saw it right there. Let's get it started. What do you think their chances are in the section this year?
Pretty high this year. I mean, Keegan Ryan has been there all 4 years, since freshman year. He's been starting. 6'6", dominant. He's been recruited by Division II schools and whatnot. Also, Greg Manny, best three-point shooter in the league without a doubt. They have a good chance to actually win it this year.
Now, one of the people, as we talked before the show, a name we've heard from football going to Peru, one of the challengers, Tim Remillard.
Yeah, three-point shooter. He actually has a good inside game as well. Also, Hunter Bruno, remember him? Pretty good. So they actually have some more depth than Beekmantown, so they also have a good chance this year.
All right, so big picture, we're looking at the boys in Section 7. Where do you think the teams are going to end up laying out in the end?
Well, last year, it's going to be similar to last year. Prue's going to be towards the top. Beatmantown's going to actually jump up some. NCCS, Sable Valley, they did lose the MVP last year in Brody Douglas. He went to Clinton Community College. They're still going to be up there. It's going to be basically a 5-team race when it's all said and done.
All right, and you mentioned a little bit about the Beekmantown and how some of their players, they've been here all 4 years. Talk a little bit about that and just how important is that to have continuity and have a guy who's been there for 4 years and been through the trials and tribulations.
It's about chemistry, and he's been through it all. I mean, he had a brother there for 2 years, and that definitely helped with everything. But yeah, it's going to be really huge. It's a big factor when thinking about it.
Absolutely. When you get that continuity, it definitely helps out a lot.
Now, Josh, do you see any schools in Section 7 this year as a sleeper team?
Sleeper team, actually Ticonderoga. They actually won it last year, but they didn't do too well. There was only 4 people in that Class C. But watch for them. They can actually take off, maybe get 13, 14 wins this year.
Yeah, I remember seeing some Ticonderoga games from last season, and they have some shooters on the outside and some upperclassmen who are really experienced.
They definitely do this year. It could be something.
Excellent wing play. Let's turn to the girls' side now. Where do you think the standings are going to stack up as far as the ladies
Well,
go?
last year, Saranac actually went undefeated and actually made it all the way to the state Final Four. Not going to go undefeated this year. They lost their MVP. She's gone to college. It's still going to be up there, and watch out for Beatmantown. Keegan's sister, Shannon Ryan, 6'4", only a sophomore. She already has, I think, 600, 700 points. She actually played in the 8th grade varsity level, so Beatmantown is also going to be a team to watch out for in the girls' division.
All right, the Lady Eagles bringing the Ryan name onto the court again. What about the rest of that division? How do you think they stack up?
Well, actually, watch out for Plattsburgh, and this might be a familiar name, Marley Curl. Yes, it's actually Coach Curl's daughter.
No surprise there.
No, not at all. He actually gets a little vocal when he actually goes to the games, but that's a team to watch out for. Prue as well with Mary Mazzella, Emily Major. It's going to be big. It's going to be anyone's ball game.
All right, well, it looking like it's going to stack up to be a pretty good season. Obviously, we saw in the package there, talking about Keegan Ryan, how close he is to 1,000 points, correct?
Correct, only 50 away.
Okay, so we're going out on a limb here. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
How many games does it take him to get that 1,000 points?
2.
2 games.
Last year, he actually had a high of 42 points in the game. He went on a streak of, I think, 35 points in the game for like 4 games straight, so 2 games at the least.
At the least, wow.
That's a very bold prediction.
That is
but
very
It's
bold.
going to happen. When you're the only true big man in this division, they're going to look to him the whole game. It's going to take 2 games.
Lee, I don't know about you. I wish I could suit up the
it might
rack
be
specs and the
nice.
sneakers a little bit and see if I can go toe-to-toe with him.
Absolutely. It must be nice up here when you're the only premier big man in the section. Talk a little bit about that then. How do other teams go about trying to beat Keegan Ryan and the Eagles?
Double teaming. It's going to be a lot of double teaming. Watch for the triple team down low. The point guard's going to slide down, try to steal that ball away. But we have Greg Manning. Beamtown has Greg Manning, a great 3-point shooter, as well as Begor, a great 3-point shooter. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough.
Well, we thank Josh for joining us here. We'll be right back with a little bit of a recap from the show throughout the season. You're watching Sports Wrap Live on PSTV.
PSTV would like to thank Duke's Diner for their continued support of our programming. Located at 8 Tom Miller Road, Plattsburgh, New York.
PSTV, baby. Campus Channel 10, Charter 17.
This portion of PSTV is brought to you by Cumberland 12 Cinemas, 18 North Bowl Lanes in Plattsburgh. your entertainment destination, just minutes from campus. 12 spacious, stadium-style theaters loaded with luxurious high-back rocker love seats. Now featuring Throwback Thursdays. Plus, if we see this, you could win this. Details at Cumberland12.com. Cumberland 12 Cinemas, Plattsburgh's best theater.
We welcome you back to Sports Wrap Live, and it's time to take a look at a recap of the entire season. We'd like to thank our friend Derek Palaki one more time.
And welcome to Sports Wrap Live. I'm Lee Dudek alongside Mike Warren. We're excited to bring you another great season of fall sports. Welcome into Sports Wrap Live. As I said, I'm Lee Dudek.
And I'm Derek Palaki, in for Mike Warren tonight.
And welcome back to a brand new episode of SRL. And welcome back into Sports Wrap Live. Welcome back to a fresh edition of Sports Wrap Live. And welcome back to Sports Wrap Live. Happy Halloween. And welcome back into Sports Wrap Live. Hello everyone and welcome to Sports Wrap Live. I hope Jim Moore is watching because tonight we're talking playoffs. Hello and welcome back to Sports Wrap Live. Okay, coming up next, we're going to do our Sports Wrap Live challenge live on set.
You're not winning.
We'll see about that. We're doing it right now, excuse me. We're going to do it right now and
Gonna do it live.
we're going to do it live. We're going to do it live, forget it, we're doing it live.
Let's go.
They had all 21 points in the first half, but just couldn't sustain that throughout the game.
Absolutely.
Well, that's absolutely true.
Absolutely.
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 It's absolutely going to be.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, it's absolutely going to be an interesting week.
That's absolutely true.
Absolutely.
You know what I can't stand? You know what I can't stand? I have a beef with that. I haven't seen that sort of pounding since I got a burger with Mike Warren. Not a pretty sight. Don't picture it. It'll burn out your retinas. We've only got to see Mike Warren for 18 games in his rec specs. I'm sure if Dudek played, he was doing it in his khakis. Mike Warren had a Hershey bar.
Oh, but
It's just, it's tough to lose, you know? I hate it. I hate it.
But the winner today, Lee Dudek, winning the first Sports Wrap Live Challenge. It's the punt, the pass, the kick. You know what the punt is. Drop the ball and kick. The pass, I'm not a lefty. Take the ball and throw. And kick. Put the ball on the ground, on the corner here. Go, Nick the ball boy, go. He's the producer, he's a ball fetcher, he does it all. Prancing like a gazelle. Take it off no, not the shirt, just the hoodie, please. You had 3 opportunities and then 3 times, your producer upstaged you.
I haven't been stood up that bad since senior prom.
Okay, time for Lee's turn to go. Not going with a foe up on that one. And the winner today, Lee Dudek.
You know what? Early in the game, it was my fault. But towards the end of the game, the referee, a.k.a. replacement ref, a.k.a. producer, needs to get these rec specs and put them on. He can't see. The ball bounced once. I scored at the end of the game. It should have been a lot closer. You got lucky. You don't deserve this one, Lee. I'm sorry.
I deserve it. It bounced twice. Everybody saw it except you.
The winner and still champion 3-0. Lee Dudek, everybody. Ready, set, go! Oh, I like Lee doing the cha-cha there. He's spinning around. Mike Warren just kind of moving the belt. Not sure what he's doing there. It isn't Lee again. I don't believe it. Lee Dudek wins again. Mike Warren can't believe it.
But that's all the time we have for you tonight. Mike Warren, Derek Palaki, I'm Lee Dudek. Have a great night. That certainly was priceless, and it's been a great semester. We've enjoyed bringing the show to you. We hope you enjoy watching. Right now, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on Sports Wrap Live.
Not a day goes by that I don't think about you, PSTV.
What do you need?
I need PSTV.
I don't have that.
Campus, Channel 10.
Charter 17.
Just hold on, buddy. We'll get you what you need. PSTV's on the way.
And welcome back into Sports Wrap Live. We have Derek Polacki on set. And Derek, thank you for that beautiful video.
I had to do it. Something needed to be done when it came to recapping this whole thing, so I just figured, why not?
Absolutely.
I think you did a terrific job. Absolutely. Absolutely. And right now we hear you have something to say, Derek.
I got one more thing to say.
One more
Why
thing.
not? You know what I can't stand? The Sports Wrap Live season is over. As quickly as it came, it went. So here it is, my Sports Wrap Live year in review. We started off with 2 men. One Lee Dudick, experienced, known, stable. Add a little, or in his case, a lot, Mike Warren, new, fresh, unknown. A lot to say. What you got was a cataclysm of high school sports I don't think Plattsburgh was ready for. Absolutely. What a funny word. How many times do you think these two uttered that simple word? Absolutely. I've already said it twice. I think they averaged 5 a minute. Mike did have one thing going for him, his tie, literally. The man wore one tie the entire season. Actually, I do think he wore one other, but that belonged to Victor Sweet. And when Mike Warren has to take fashion tips from Victor Sweet, then no one wins. Then comes the Sports Wrap Challenges. Dudick v. Warren in a battle to prove which former athlete had a little left in the tank. Khakis against rec specs, collared shirts against creamsicles. Add a little light-haired commentator, a shameless plug, and you have the best basketball punt, pass, and kick besides my attempt at a kick and racquetball ever seen on college TV. Unless you count the drubbing I took to Peter J. Ansel III. By the way, I think I could lose 29 hours and still be able to pass the class. But Lee Dudick ranked supreme, winning the trifecta outside the studio and even winning one inside the studio. Try commentating that one. I did, not easy. To the sports. Saranac Lake ran the table in the CVAC. Peru blanked Beekmantown 48-0. And Saranac 48-0 and Beekmantown 70-0 and Beekmantown 48-0. That one was so bad Josh Luttrell, an alum, felt like he took a sack. We found about 50 ways to pronounce Altizer and Remillard, and on a few occasions mistook Saranac Lake and Saranac. Though on the football field, the difference is clear. All I can say it has been an honor, I should say, working with such a great talent and a crew such as this that can put up with me long enough to allow me to do a monologue. And in the spirit of Jim Valvano, I leave you with this. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. I know no one here has, and that's all I have to say, folks.
Well said, Derek.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But we're not done with this challenge thing yet.
Oh,
That's
is that right?
right.
That is right. We have Josh Luttrell still on for a reason.
Yes, boys, are you ready for this?
I'm ready,
Hold
Josh.
on. And I know I give you a lot of heat, and not you as much. So, in burying the hatchet, I'd like to rephrase the joke. Mike Warren has a Hershey bar.
Really? Really? I'm going to beat you in this challenge so bad you're not going to know it.
Hey, man, I gave you the Hershey bar.
You did, and I need food, so it works.
All right, boys.
a win-win.
Let's put this to the test. Trivia.
Okay.
Pro sports. Each of you, answer. What year did Tom Brady win his first Super Bowl? Derek?
2001.
Lee?
It's 2001.
2001.
That is correct. It's 2001. Second, who has the most triple doubles in the NBA all time?
Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Big Wilt.
Gotta go with Wilt the Stilt.
Oscar Robinson,
Oh,
the Big
Big
O.
O.
The Big O.
Fooled us all.
Who won the Heisman in 1995? Derek?
Charles Woodson.
1995. That's a good one. I'm going to say, I think he was a little later, but I'm going to say Ron Dane.
Eddie George.
It's Eddie George.
Well done.
Well, you look at that. Power of the
Ron
Hershey
Dane
bar.
was drafted in like 02.
I think he was
Or
drafted in
2000.
Thunder and Lightning.
Next question. Which goalie has the most shutout wins all time in the NHL?
Patrick Waugh.
That's my guess.
Marty.
Marty is right.
I've seen Marty play too.
I'm a
That's
Devils fan.
unfortunate.
There's no way I'm going to get that wrong.
All right, multiple choice. Who has the most home runs in their career? Ortiz, Paul Konerko, Jason Giambi, or Adam Dunn? Derek?
You say him again, quickly.
Ortiz, Konerko, Giambi, Dunn.
Konerko.
That's tough. I'm gonna say Konerko.
Poppy.
Giambi.
Really?
Yes.
That golden thong, man, it works.
428. Next
Wow,
question.
428.
Who has won the most Masters? This is golf. Who's won the most Masters?
It's Nicholas.
Yeah, Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicklaus is correct. Not Tiger Woods.
No.
Not Tiger.
Who is currently ranked #1 in the world for tennis? Male. Quickly now.
Nadal.
I think it's Novak Djokovic.
Djokovic. That's unfortunate. Next question. How many teams has Shaq played for?
My Lord. 6.
Uh, 5.
6.
It's 6. Should have stuck with him, Lee.
Phoenix.
I guess
That's the
so.
one nobody remembers.
I remembered Phoenix. That's why I got it.
Phoenix.
Did you forget the Magic?
No, of course
How
not.
do you forget the Magic?
Next question. Who has won the most Olympic medals all time?
All time.
Michael Phelps.
It's, I know who it is, and I can't think of the name, so I'm just going to say Phelps.
Mark Spitz.
Michael Phelps.
He beat
Really?
Spitz's record. And I don't think Spitz is swimming anymore.
That's not. It was a fair guess.
Sure. 5 years ago.
Oh, boy.
Lucked out
All
on
right.
that one.
Catching up.
Final question.
Ooh.
What NCAA men's basketball team has been to the most Final Fours? Derek.
Say Kentucky. Why not?
I'm gonna say Kansas.
Kansas.
North Carolina.
Really?
The Tar
I
Heels.
changed my mind.
If
I
my
was gonna say
calculations are
UNC.
correct, gentlemen, I believe I have won the Sports Rap Challenge.
Mike
I want my candy
Ward-
bar back.
Mike Ward, a first-time winner.
So
I just won the Sports Rap Challenge.
Mike
Did I
Warren
just
has
hear
won the
that
Sports Rap
correctly?
Challenge.
Did I just hear that correctly?
Gentlemen,
think
it ain't how
somebody-
you start, it's how you finish.
But I still look better.
I think somebody in that back room has to be adding up on their calculator to make sure we have these numbers correctly.
I want to recount.
I
All
absolutely
right,
want to read
all right, Jeb. Al Gore.
Jeb Bush.
Jeb Bush.
Jeb Gore.
Hold your Hershey bar up high.
Listen, you.
That's
Hershey bar.
If I could take
The
you on in
champion.
any other challenge, I would have won.
And you want to know what the worst part is? I should have got a couple more right.
No.
okay. So, folks, that's all the time we have. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks for a great season. Please email us sportsraplivepstv@gmail.com. We love you. Have an excellent break. We'll see you next semester.